hair day.
Oh God, yes. My life is a bad hair day. Yeah, so you don't have to worry about using that idiom. You can freely use that idiom with me. But I have this whole windswept look going on because it's really windy here. Oh my God, it's crazy. The wind. It's in fact it's so windy that we had to close our balcony half the time.
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
even with the window open, the doors were just slamming. The door stopper has no effect at this point.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really windy and rainy. Yesterday the collector had issued a red alert. I told you this, I believe.
Hmm.
It's just overall it's just windy. So far, we've just had like a small bout of rain in the morning, but apart from that, it's clear skies as of now. But the wind is just too much. So at some point in time, if you feel that there's a disturbance because of the wind, let me know and I'll close the balcony door. Okay. As of now,
Oh.
is it
Okay.
okay for you? Is my
Fine. Fine.
arrangement okay? How are you doing? Otherwise, all okay with you?
Yeah. Everything is fine.
So, Pramila, I wanted to discuss a topic. Yesterday, we discussed a really happy, joyful topic. We talked about weddings, and of course, we discussed dowry being a social evil and all of that. Today's topic is going to be a little depressing. I want to inform you in advance, and the intention is not to depress you, but the intention is just to have a general. I think it's something that we need to discuss because I believe that mental health is something that often, especially in Indian society, I have seen this. In Indian society, I don't think we take it as seriously as we should. Couple of years ago, and I'm talking when I say couple of years ago, we're talking about the 90s, I believe. There was a case of a woman in the United States of America. Her name was Susan Smith, and she had the two most angelic children. Oh my God, you should have seen those kids. They were just absolutely gorgeous. Two little angels, literally two angels from heaven. And she once she came into a police station, just barged into the police station, and she said, "Oh my God, someone's kidnapped my kids. Someone's kidnapped my kids." To make matters worse, she said that it was an African man who had stopped her car. Yeah, he put her at gunpoint or something of that sort. Told her to get out of the car. He got into the car and drove away with the kids. Is what she said. So the police smelled something fishy from the get-go. And so then what happened was, uh, someone calling you? Yeah.
Reading lesson number 5 from English Reader. Difficult words and underline.
Yes, a mother's job is never done. I completely get that. So yeah. So the thing is, however, like I said, the police smelled something fishy, and then they found out a week later. And what was shocking was that this woman, she came on national television. She made a tearful bid. She said, please help me find my kids. Whoever's got my kids, please bring my babies back home. Blah blah blah. She was sitting with her husband. Her husband at the time. And then what happened was a week later, she confessed. She said that she and her husband were separated. They were undergoing a divorce. So she was at the time dating because they were separated. She was dating another man who made it very clear that he was not interested in children because he was a single man. He'd never been involved with a married woman or anything like that. He didn't have kids, so he was not ready for kids. So he told her, "I'm sorry, we can't go ahead with this relationship because I don't want kids." Simple. So what does she do? Just talking about it is just, it's shocking. But she took the children, she strapped them into the car with the seat belts, and she put the car in gear, and she let the car go into the water. Okay. It was traumatizing to say the least, yeah. Had those children been alive today, I think they would probably have been my brother's age, in their 30s, late 30s. And it was the country and the world itself was shocked. This woman is now in her 60s. This happened when she was in her 30s, and she's been given life imprisonment, needless to say. Now, Promila, we are talking about a woman, a mother. You and we are mothers. So as mothers, we are supposed to be nurturing and caring and giving and all of these things, right? But this is not the first case of a woman killing her children in cold blood. Now, in this case, this woman did this. But I, for some reason, believe that there is an element of mental health in this because this woman, this is not the first time she's done this. Even in prison, she did some weird things, which we will not get into. Yes,
Can you shut the windows now? It is
yes.
disturbing.
Just one second. Better. This is not the first case. I think it was around the same time, or it was after this incident, I'm not sure. A woman who was again the mother of five. She systematically, and she was already diagnosed with this postpartum depression, which I think you must be aware of. What postpartum? She was specifically told not to have kids, and then she ended up having more kids. you know, the sad part was she systematically killed them one by one, and then she called 911, which is their hotline in America. And she mentioned that, you know what, I've killed my children. This woman, however, was admitted to a mental asylum for the rest of her life. She's still there in that asylum. The point I'm trying to make, on the one hand, we say mothers are supposed to be caring, nurturing people. But if you take these two cases and the umpteen number of cases, which I will not go into, just talking about these two cases has already drained me, and I'm sure it's drained you as well. But the point I'm trying to make is mental health. This is what figures here. Do you think that these women deserve life imprisonment, or do they deserve to have treatment for what they did? Because now the world hates them. But do you think there is an element of, there's definitely an element of psychosis, but do you think there is more to it than just two? Are these women just cold blooded killers, or is there more to it, or more to the story than what we've heard? What is your opinion?
See, those who are serial killer, or those like you talk about two women, they were cold. I mean, killed somebody, murdered their kids or someone cold bloodedly. There is one means there are many circumstances and situation which turn them into that.
Yeah,
So mental health, yes, and mental health is not disturbed by a single person. There are many factors which are responsible for creating that situation, which develop or change, or there is a transition of that simple person to that type of person, killer or psychopath or whatever means you can call them. So in means I just hate this topic, but as you have opened this,
no, no, no. We
uh,
don't have to talk about it if you're not interested in talking about it. We'll talk about
no,
something
no,
else.
no, 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 no. Because like I have seen many things, but not in this type of killing and all thing. But mental health affects a lot. It
Yeah,
affects your working condition. Your normal living is like how your normal life schedule is disturbed. Normal means mental illness tends a person to dependent wholly on others. They are not able to cater to their basic needs. They are like they are good for nothing. And the reason behind that is some family members or other social causes that t- turn them to in that situation or that person. So means can you repeat the question? I think I missed that line. I
my
drained
question
from
to
the
you
line.
is, these two women, we are speaking specifically about these two women. These women are now branded killers. They have been
Right.
branded killers. But they have not killed anyone else except for their children. Their children are the ones that they have been responsible for murdering. Are they killers? Are they just, can we just brand them as killers? Or is there more to their mental level? As in, should their mental health have been evaluated before coming to the conclusion that they are serial killers? Is my question. Because now they are both coming under the category of serial killers. Does mental health have anything to do with what they did? Of course, I'm not asking you to go inside their mind and find it out. But I'm just saying that from that perspective, are they just murderers, or do you think mental health had any role to play in what they did? That was the question.
Yes.
Do I
uh, Mental health is the main cause, and what are the factors that cause that mental health that should be treated? That those persons should be punished.
that is in this case the woman who killed her five children. She had
No,
postpartum.
she should not be like released, or that she is not she should not be free from that crime what she committed.
Right.
But if you want to stop this type of occurrence in future. So there should be a treatment regarding that.
Right. In our country also, we have cases of female infanticide, wherein these little girls and babies are killed because of because of the fact that we don't want to have the girl child. Now, I have understood the reason for that is because of dowry. This you are already aware of. But then we have so many little girls being molested as young children. And I have often wondered what goes through the mind of someone to actually commit those kinds of crimes against little children. So is that also mental health, in your opinion? Is that also mental health cause?
Ma'am, I would say only one thing. The biggest enemy is the female.
I didn't understand. You got cut in
Like
between.
you are talking about infant killing, like basically
Yes.
of
Yes.
baby girl.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
The reason behind that is not only dowry. It is the reason is um women. Oh, sorry, a woman hate another women. Women means the
Oh.
like what we are facing is just because of females. Man are they are not that type of human that they are not much keen to interfere in the life of females. Only a female has that psychology. She cannot tolerate or she cannot see other female doing better or means to compete her in that level.
Yeah, we don't like to have women of the same level going on here. Okay, got it.
Yes,
So we've had a lot of depressing topics. So let us talk about something that is a little more
yes,
a little more relaxed. Again, it's related to mental health, but we have to. I want to bring it to the level of schools because you're a school teacher. A lot of cases these days, we see a lot of children today undergoing depression because of
hmm.
bullying in schools, and we see a lot of children undergoing depression because probably the situation at home is not good. Their parents are always fighting. There are several reasons for that. So, how do we deal with mental health from a teacher's perspective? Because we consider teachers, you are the second mother for your children. So, for your students, sorry. So, how do you, as a teacher, in a class of maybe 50 students or 60 students, how are you able to identify if a child is not doing well? And what can you, on your part, do in order to be able to make a difference in that child's life? Would you notify
Ma'am,
the schools or would you do something individual? Yeah.
I am always interested in knowing the cause behind the things happening or what is the reason behind why the person is a student is behaving in that manner, and the factors if are there, the factors which I can control or change. I try to help my students in that case. Like I remember there was a one girl 3 years back in 10th class, class 10 means uh, she was not regular in classes.
Oh,
So when I asked her, inquired her about that, she told me um, her father her father doesn't live with them, and she was the eldest one child, and they used to work in factory or they bring some articles to work in their home to get
oh,
that earning.
oh
So
dear.
how could I punish that girl? Like if she's not getting even 75% attendance, I cannot detain her to the same class because of attendance.
Right. Got it. So, did you raise the issue with the principal and with the school's board
Yes,
subsequently?
yes, yes, yes. But what a class teacher can do, so administrative staff they can't understand that.
Okay.
So it
And
was what was in my hand. I helped her. I talked to her personally. I came to know about her problem, and like uh, about marking. Like I gave her internals very good and help her to complete her work. So that was in my hand. I could do that without others' permission.
right, got it. Just a few things that I want to talk about from the beginning. We had this conversation. Okay? You can open up your chat box. You said something about cold-blooded rape.
No.
That was Sorry about that.
Okay.
I have to go back there and just correct you there. It's not bloodedly, it's cold blooded. There is no such.
Why? So how can we change in according to the tense?
This has nothing to do with tense. You've added the ly at the end of a word, automatically converting this word into an adverb, which you can't.
Adverb.
It does not exist. This adverb does not exist.
Okay.
So cold
Cold
blooded.
bloodedly
No,
blooded.
blooded. It's always going to be cold blooded. Cold blooded is an
Mm-hmm.
adjective. It is always going to remain an adjective. This is something that you cannot convert into an adverb because it is a combination of two words and not one. If it was
Okay.
just
Complex adjective. This is complex adjective.
exactly. If you were simply talking about cold, okay, she is cold, Promila is cold. We can say
Hmm.
Promila behaved coldly with
Coldly.
you.
Yes, yes.
Coldly. In that context, you can use it and you can convert it into an adverb. That you can, but otherwise you can't
Hmm.
because it is a combination of
Mm-hmm.
complex adjectives. That is the first thing.
Correct.
Second thing is
Okay.
you said that the student of yours was in 10th class. Then after it, you corrected yourself and you said that she's in class 10. Okay. That is she's in class 10, that's okay. You could have also said in the 10th grade.
10th
I also
grade. Okay.
encourage people to use grade in order to be able to talk about their students. That is the reason as to why I said that in the 10th grade. Now, the next thing
Yeah.
is you said, I inquired her. That is what you said. No.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
inquired of her is what you could have said.
Okay.
I inquired of her the reason she was constantly absent.
Hmm.
She was constantly absent. I
Hmm.
inquired of her the reason she was constantly absent. You could have said like this. Then
Hmm.
the next thing you said is, I detained her to the same class. How could I detain her to the same class? Sorry, that was the question that you asked me. You cannot
Oh,
detain someone.
I didn't detain her.
Let's go with your sentence. I didn't detain her to the same class. No problem. We'll go with your
Hmm.
sentence itself. Still, let me tell you the problem with the sentence. I didn't detain her to. I didn't
Hmm.
fail her, is what you should have said, first of all.
And what is detain?
Okay, so if you say I didn't detain her, it's just I didn't detain her. There is no need for this to the class or to the same class. Detain and
Okay.
standalone verbs. They don't require
Okay.
an extra phrase to support them. That is what I'm trying to say. So you could have simply said
Hmm.
I didn't detain her or I didn't fail her. And you could have said that and stopped the conversation there. Rather than saying detain
Hmm.
her to the same class or detain her or fail her to the same class. I'm just saying that you could have stopped with this particular conversation is all I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Okay. So that is what I
Okay.
want to say.
Good.
Now, in this context, since we have spoken about this particular aspect of mental health and bringing it into the class, I want to do a small role play here. What we are going to do is you are
Ah,
going.
please. Okay.
No,
Just tell me the.
I have a reason. I have a reason for this because it is a continuation of this particular activity. You are a teacher. Okay. In this role play, you are going to be a teacher itself, and I am going to be a student. Now, I am this student who is constantly being absent in class and who's constantly coming and who's I am a student who is basically very academically proficient. But for some reason, I don't seem to be showing the interest in order to be able to pass the classes. Now, you have received strict warnings from the principal saying that you need to have a full 100% score from your class, and I am the only student who is standing in the way of preventing you from achieving that 100% success. So now you have called me to your class to have a talk with me about what is going on. That's all. It's a very simple role play. Is that okay with you? Okay? It's a simple
I
role
am.
play.
I am a
You're the,
teacher.
you're the teacher. You are already a teacher, anyways. So this should be a cakewalk for you. So you're the teacher, and I'm going to be the student. Okay?
No, no. What I want to say means what. What is the need? Means what I have to express. What you want from me.
That depends on you. I am the
Me.
student who.
I need to talk to a student or HOS.
No, you need to talk to me. I am the student. I
Okay.
am. So you are trying to find out what exactly is going on. And you do the talking. I am not going to give you any ideas. Basically, the premise is this: I am a student who is constantly flunking the class. So, what is the meaning of flunk? Flunk means to fail. So,
Without permission, you are not joining class. Oh, you are.
I am flunking the classes. I am failing my classes. I am constantly failing my classes. I am the only student who is failing the classes. But the funny part is, I am actually a bright student, but for some reason, I am not passing my examinations or the core subjects.
Okay.
And this is a concern now because now the board examinations are happening. And if I fail, and it's going to be a black mark on the school's thing. And I am part of your class, so you are going to have a conversation with me. So you have called me to the class. Now I have come to the class. I will open the conversation. You take it up from there. That's all. Clear? Is it okay for
Yes.
you? Good morning, ma'am. You called for me.
Yes. Hello, Neetu. How are you?
I'm
I
good, ma'am.
forget your name. Okay. So how's your mother?
She's fine, madam.
And what about your younger sister?
Yeah, she's also good. Very naughty, but good.
Okay. And what you are doing in your free time in your at your home?
Now, though, madam, I have no free time. No, now it's study holidays. So I'm trying to study as much as I can. But for some reason, madam, I can't seem to concentrate.
Okay. Uh, and what is your father doing?
He is always busy at work, madam. I hardly see him at home. I
Oh.
wake up in the morning, he's not there. I go to bed, he's not there. So it's equivalent to
Mm-hmm.
not having a father only.
Oh. And how your mother is like she's completing her work. Is she able to do all household chores by herself?
Yeah, madam, she works very hard. She does everything. She looks after my younger sister. She manages to cook the meals, 3 meals in a day, and everything she does, madam. There is absolutely no problem.
And who brings bread on your table? To who brings the food to your table?
Well, I suppose that would be my father because he's the only breadwinner in the house.
Okay, your mother is not going. Ex- the phrase was who brings bread and butter to your table. um, okay, and what like is your mother having a good sleep?
Yeah,
Is
madam,
she
she
taking
is.
that? She's happy. Is she
Well,
happy?
she's not happy with my marks, madam.
Okay, okay, okay. So, why you are not able to study, or why you are not able to concentrate on your studies?
To tell you the truth, madam, I don't like studies. I don't like school. I feel that
Uh-huh.
dance is my passion. And I'm a very good dancer, madam. Problem is that my mother does not like me to go for dance classes. So, and my father, he's not there only in the house half the time. And he thinks this dance is a waste of time. So, my interest is in dance, madam. Why are you forcing me to do something I am not interested in doing? I don't want to study. I
Mm-hmm.
don't like physics, chemistry. Anyways, I'm going to be a dancer when I grow up. Then why should I study all these rubbish subjects?
But if you can score good marks in your 10th class 10, so you are going to do better in your dance class also.
But madam, I don't know. I can't concentrate because the atmosphere in the house is it's very cold at this point. They are constantly on my back. They're always,
Mm-hmm.
uh, they're always behind me to study. And the more they tell me, the more I rebel. And I don't know
Okay.
how to
If you respect me, can you follow two, three steps which I will discuss with you regarding
absolutely.
studies?
You're my favorite teacher, so I will definitely respect anything you tell me.
Okay, just make a timetable to study 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the night at night. Rest of the time is yours. You can use it for your practice dancing or whatever activity and means you are fascinated with.
Okay. But madam, will you speak to my mother in that case to allow me to go for my dance classes?
Yeah, 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 definitely. I will convince her. If you are going to study, like if you will score good marks in this pre board, so definitely I will make her to send you for dance classes. This is my promise to you.
But madam, can you please give me a little extra coaching if you don't mind?
Yeah, of course. You can call me anytime as per your requirement. I will be available for you to assist through a mobile call, or you can make a video call too. And if you
Okay.
find any doubt in any subject, I will talk to the respective subject teachers, and they are going to help you in your studies. And if you
Okay,
need
madam.
any refresher or extra book, that is also available in the school library or with me. I am going to give you that to study.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good, madam. Okay. I will follow
But
what
you
you
are
said.
going to make that promise, and promise breaker is a shoemaker. You have to make that promise, and you are going to study.
Okay, madam. I will keep my promise because I don't want to be a shoe breaker. So I will keep that promise.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
let us meet after your pre boards.
Okay.
Or if you have any doubt, you can call me without any hesitation.
Okay. I'll do that, madam. All right.
Sure.
Thank you. Madam.
Welcome, welcome.
So the thing is, when you spoke in the beginning, is there any particular reason as to why you were so focused on the mother's health and the father's health at the beginning of the conversation? I'm just curious.
Because ma'am, these are the factors which makes okay. I will narrate this through an incident. One
Okay.
of my brilliant student in the class, we were having still remedial classes are going there in our school.
Okay.
So one of brilliant student, she is absent for the last 1 week,
Oh,
and she messaged me, text me that her mother is not feeling well. She is hospitalized, and she is made to do all household chores.
oh
So
dear.
please excuse her. She need to prepare, means she need to prepare breakfast and lunch and pack tiffin for her father and brother, and that is the reason she was not attending the school.
My God. Oh,
And
okay.
other reason was there, like in ninth class, there was one brilliant student. I don't remember her name. Her name was something like starting with the A letter. So they were means they were two siblings, brother and sister, and her father was an electrician maybe or mechanic, whatever, and he was exact word is electrocuted, or when we get like,
Oh,
what
electrocuted.
is
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yes.
Electrocuted. He was electrocuted. My God. Oh, oh
So a
dear.
high voltage of
Electricity.
electric wire, live wire fell on that body, means her father, and he was just paralyzed, I would say,
Oh,
burnt and paralyzed. And then her mother started working at a shop as a salesperson or saleswoman, you can say salesperson, and she left her school just to tend her father, to nurse her father in the ninth standard.
my God. Oh, that is heartbreaking.
Yes, and we have these cases, so that is why I inquired about that.
See, I deal with adults, no, Pramila, all the time. So I don't realize it. Unlike you,